First pod as a married man.
We're going right into it?
Yeah, how you feeling?
Feel good. How's the wedding? How'd you guys like it?
I had a good time. It was fun. I'll tell you what, the cocktail hour, phenomenal spread.
Told you.
Oh, yeah.
Good food,
That's what I
right?
said. The food was a standout, without a doubt.
That's why you go to that place for the food.
I think that was memorable. The ending, Mr. Brightside, classic. Way to end the show. And
Thank God I was outside by that point.
oh, it was fun. And you want to hear just how simple men are? I was in the bathroom, guy I never met, another wedding, both at the urinal, and it's been a long day for me, so I just let one rip, loud as I can.
Yeah.
Guy starts cracking up. I start cracking up. We don't say one word to each other. 2 seconds later, we're still going. He lets one rip. We're both dying. So we're just sitting there peeing, both dying laughing, not like saying anything to each other. And this lasts while we're washing the hands and while we walk out. Still just both laughing. Cheers. And went our separate ways.
A piss and a fart, and a friendship was made.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm going to invite him to like.
Yeah, he's actually here right now.
Yeah, he sounds good boy. Best friend I ever met in my life.
You guys shut the bar down. They
say that
you
you
guys
guys Teddy here. I saw you were baiting us there.
You guys finished off like it was 2 bottles of Patron. I think they finished.
Oh, dude, we were drinking
Tito's.
everything.
They finished.
Anything. Your brother Vinny kept
A lot of bottles of
dancing
wine.
to the bar, and he'd be like, 10 shots, and he'd just hand them out.
Yeah,
You know who's the MVP though? Oh, sorry to interrupt. Your brother Pete, man. What a speech. One of the best man speeches I think I've ever heard.
It was I had no idea what to expect from either one of them. No idea what,
right.
Like not
Well, I think
not a
they
clue
certainly
what they were
flipped
gonna
the
say.
script where it was like maybe Lou is the safest bet, right?
Yeah.
And Pete, he's a wild card.
Yeah,
You
we'll
never
see
know
what
what
he
you're gonna
says.
get. And it felt off the cuff, right from the heart. Usually I do cry at weddings, and yeah, I got real close to crying.
I was tearing
yeah.
up.
He was tugging.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nash,
What?
weren't you going to say something about?
Oh, when
Nash?
he brought us those Jameson shots,
Oh god.
That was the beginning of the end.
yeah, not for me. I didn't get too drunk, but that one.
I think Nash went missing for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I go outside and it's just him and Bo just sitting out there chilling.
Oh, he was with you?
Yeah.
We weren't out there for 2 hours. We skedaddled near the end, maybe 20 minutes.
Man, I'll tell you, it's tough. Me and Elena went outside to get some air, like and just like go for like a little walk. And we walk outside, and there's like 15 people outside.
Yeah, no, you're the star.
You can't
of the
go
show.
anywhere, man.
Yeah, no, especially I would never probably be in the position to get married, but if I had to, that would be a
You're on
nightmare
a schedule,
for me.
bro. It's fucking this, and then it's over.
I
The
saw
day's
your
over.
PS4. You hadn't been online in days. I was like,
dude,
Get married at a Dave & Buster's. Now that's fun. Eat and play combo. Everyone gets their own $20 card.
hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. I'm Bo Oliver, joined today by Aaron, the Nerd Soup Monkey, and Teddy, and we are back to talk about the world of Hollywood, movies, TV, video games, all that stuff. Listen to this podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and of course, on YouTube. Follow us on social media at Nerd Soup, Bo Soup, Nerd Soup Monkey, Teddy Nerd Soup, and send us some fan questions at nerdsoup4u@gmail.com. And make sure you follow us on those social media places, because those are the best places to ask for fan questions. So if you want to be immortalized on the soup, there you go.
The church was boring.
Oh, piss off. It was a half hour.
Church is always boring.
Well, wrap it up. Get to the good part.
It was
Well,
a half
you
hour
insisted
church.
on going, and then you tried to guilt me. I'm like, listen,
I
bro,
thought it'd be nice.
I can't be guilted that easily.
Yeah, churches are optional.
I thought it'd be
Mainly
nice.
for family. No, I mean, I'm pretty sure you going there.
Did you
but-
notice Aaron at the church?
No.
I saw
Oh, yeah,
you
no, I
before.
was there. No, I was there.
Did I say hi to you?
Yeah.
See,
I did?
It's exactly
Yeah.
my point.
I thought it
Unless
would be
you're
nice.
Elena.
There's a lot going on. Yeah.
Or you got the rings. You mean nothing.
Literally.
The baby crying during the big part.
Well,
Yeah, I
I
could've
loved
stabbed
one of our friends hitting a vape while there was a dude with a respirator right next to him. We'll keep him unnamed. Keep him anonymous.
In the fucking church.
In the church. Just with God and the man on the respirator. In the
Well,
middle.
they vape like don't they have that little thingy at church?
Yeah, that's vape, actually. Yeah, that's
They've been
God's
vaping in
vape.
church since the Jesus times.
Right.
I wonder if they burn it in that thing.
But yeah, no, we have a stacked show here. Whole host of topics to talk about. Trailers. 2 big trailers.
No,
That
Casting-
first
casting
one confused
news.
me. The Soho trailer?
Yeah, that Soho trailer was very confusing.
I think the trailer would have been better if they played the Malcolm Moore version of Downtown. I think that would have made the trailer much better.
Yeah, but is this a Broadway show or is it a horror movie? Like, What's going on? I don't get what it wants to be.
I think the movie itself is asking that question of itself.
Well, you got confused by the... Well, it's not... I like the trailer. I wasn't going to spoil anything.
And then it also looked like a coming-of-age movie.
Well,
You still don't know what that means, do you?
Well, it looks like she's trying to find herself in the mirror. You know? That's
well,
like her
that was
past
the
self.
edit that drew me in. I had no idea what the premise was. I obviously had heard about it. I think we've talked about it on the pod. That I didn't realize it was a horror movie. So when that edit, when they show Anya Taylor-Joy, she's looking at her reflection and it's Anya Taylor-Joy. I was, okay, this is going to be good. Then I went instantly to the wiki, and it's a psychological horror film directed by Edgar Wright.
Huh.
And I guess, he's obviously done Shaun of the Dead, which is more comedic, has horror elements.
I just watched that like 3 nights ago.
I love that movie.
So do I. There's a lady in the garden.
Pissed me off that they used Baby Driver for his... Like, directed by Edgar Wright, director of Baby Driver.
Made a lot of money.
I mean, what are you going to put Shaun of the Dead in there?
Great actors.
Much
Ansel
better movie
Elgort,
than Baby Driver.
Ansel Elgort, Kevin
I hated
Spacey.
Baby Driver before Kevin Spacey and Ansel Elgort. So
You didn't like Baby Driver?
That's
No.
the animated movie, right?
Yes.
You like Woman in the Window? You
Boss
didn't like
Baby.
Baby Driver?
I didn't think it was bad, but people talk about that movie like it's fucking incredible.
Edgar Wright fans they really like Edgar Wright.
He's a good director.
He's a good director.
Baby Driver, not my favorite in my opinion.
Definitely not my favorite of his. I think this could easily be
Really?
my
Because you
favorite
really
of
like
his.
Ansel Elgort and Kevin Spacey.
Well, I was trying to butt in and say that's the reason you liked it, I thought.
I beat you to it.
I know, you interrupted
Teddy.
me while I was shift to Ted. No, but everything about this trailer, I mean, obviously the setting, I don't know, she's a dancer, and then she's Black Swan. Looks a little Black Swan-y.
Black Swan. What a film.
Yeah, that's another film that reminds me of last night in Soho.
What
Lot
time
of-
setting is that? Like when Broadway was like Broadway. Is that what they were going for?
2019.
Well, it seems to be like the reflection is in the past while she's in present day.
Okay.
So what she's seeing is in the past.
Oh, I didn't look that closely. I went straight to the wiki. I'm actually upset that you've spoiled that for me now.
It's in the trailer. It said something about the past.
I am
When
becoming
the past
very
invite you.
I'm becoming anti-trailer. I do like going into movies without seeing any images, seeing any moving images. Set photos, maybe.
So just a synopsis and
Concept.
then you go in.
Synopsis, yeah.
A synopsis is a written trailer.
Synopsis. No, I don't want the synopsis either. I just need
So what do you need?
Director. Edgar Wright on board.
That's it?
Yeah, no. These days, all I need is director, seriously.
All right, I respect that. You trust your director.
Yeah, I've transcended you guys. It's fine. We'll get to that point one day.
I think you're just being a dick.
So what director won't you go see?
I don't think they're mutually exclusive. There isn't a director out that I just... Tyler Perry, probably. I've never seen one of his movies in theaters, but...
Woody Allen.
What are you doing here? just get it all out. Name every fucked up person in the film industry. You see that John Cena video?
What?
How disturbing was that? Apologizing to China for calling Taiwan a country? You guys didn't see that?
No.
He was doing promo for Fast 9, and he's in Taiwan, and he goes, I'm so happy that the people of the country of Taiwan get to see my movie. So, of course, the Chinese government, there's disputes over who's the real Chinese government, Taiwan or mainland China. So they hate when people refer to Taiwan as an independent country. And he makes some...
Box office.
Is that them?
Oh my God. Are they that quick?
You know what? Taiwan, China.
You gotta get that Chinese box office, man. The same thing happened with Ruffalo when he apologized for his comments on Israel and Palestine. He went back on it, and
It's disturbing.
the studios have a lot of power, man.
But, I mean, and going back to the way that the NBA responded to Daryl Morey's comments, to me that's just frightening. Not to get off track, but I mean, the apology video is embarrassing. He doesn't even know what he's apologizing for. So, you know what? I'm boycotting Fast 9. Fuck that movie.
I mean, they made a lot of money.
You want the overseas dollars so much? Fuck you. I'm not giving you my Doge. You can use Doge at theaters now.
I'll take your Doge.
I wonder
getting back to
how did
Soho.
the Chinese government see him? I always get Teddy.
Yeah, no, the video is just
You do.
it's just Mandarin subtitles.
Yeah, so it could have been anybody.
Right. Well, if you can't see him, you know it's the man who can't be seen, speaking.
All right, now you think you're going too far into it.
That's what I do. Like I said, I've transcended you guys.
I don't
Yeah,
like
back
when
to
you say
last
that.
night in Soho.
It's not even the leading topic.
No, it's not the leading topic. The leading topic
I
is
go with Ted, just bring it up out of nowhere.
the Eternals trailer.
Well, the Soho's not even on there, so it could be number one.
Yeah, that was kind of
You
like
don't
the hidden topic.
Yeah.
That's fun. We should do that.
One of us coming with a topic.
It's a hidden topic.
Yeah.
Yeah, every outline I'm going to just... Let's just move on to the next topic.
Yeah.
The Eternals trailer. Look at that. Marvel's pumping out another movies, and this time it's about these eternal beings who are immortal and who kind of just watched as all the messed up things in the MCU transpired and didn't do anything. But now they're being brought back into the game.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That they've been on the Earth for like 3,000 years and they haven't done shit. Like we had them here to help. And does anybody know about them?
Earth's only been around for 2021 years.
Right.
You know what I mean.
Read the Bible.
Does anybody know that they're around? I think Fury probably knows, right?
No, Fury. if Fury would be the one.
Teddy thinking that he was wrong in that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I'm just agreeing. Well, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, just
I toned you out.
okay.
I'm just saying, okay.
The audience will laugh, but I'm laughing with you as well. But
Yeah.
let's get back to the Eternals.
Me and you both transcended Ted now. This is how he feels.
Yeah.
I like it.
They're like the Jerry West. Not in an official position, advisors, right? Like, don't trade Klay Thompson for Kevin Love. That's what the Eternals are doing. They're not getting too involved, but they may say, hey, rub those sticks together, fire. Be really good for brain development. I don't know. I don't know for sure. I'm just saying.
You might want to use that.
But what could be happening? This could be. We say this with every fucking MCU project. Like, this could be the how it changes everything. But whoever is this cosmic threat, you would think it's cosmic or otherworldly threat that can challenge the Eternals or bring them out of hiding. You have to imagine that the stakes in this movie will be high. Hopefully,
Yeah, if it wasn't fucking Thanos, and what could it be?
And Thanos
Half
succeeded.
the universe.
and he's one of them too. I'm pretty sure he's got the blood of the Eternals.
I think he's
so.
Angelina Jolie's cousin,
Okay. Oh, interesting.
which
Attractive family.
But here's the thing. They let Thanos do what he was going to do. And they let it just happen. And they still didn't step in after he did it. So they were just going to let Earth ride with half of existence.
Yeah, no, you guys got to clean that up.
Right?
well,
That's not on us.
yeah, well, yeah. I wonder.
Well, I think the
threat's
overall
gonna
look
be.
of the trailer was, that's always interesting. Did they announce a villain for this? I don't think they have, right?
I'm not sure.
If they have the main cast with the Eternals, the different actors and actresses, and they have the one human character being played by Kit Harington, the Black Knight. And you saw him with Gemma Chan, and then you saw Gemma Chan's character also being romantically involved with Richard Madden's character, who I guess he's kind of the de facto leader. I mean, he jokes at the
Says
end.
you're gonna lead the Avengers.
Right, and
That's
they all-
nice. Be together after all that time. It was like 3,000 years, right, Ted?
You done? I don't even know what the joke was that you said. Earth's been around for 2,000 years. Is that what you said?
It's
Yeah, he joked. It's like because Christians believe the Earth's only been around for 2,000 years, and you kind of just like agreed with him, like, oh, you know what I meant. he gets to it's a good joke, but you love picking on Ted. You really do.
You knew where he was going with
Whenever,
that?
yeah,
Oh.
Well,
I'm sorry, I
anyway,
don't study the fucking Bible.
you would
I
think
got
so.
married
You're a
in the
big time
fucking church.
Yeah,
Nerd.
all you talk about is how you're going to heaven.
I did that for the look. It's a nice church.
Yeah, I guess it's Angelina Jolie's character. I don't know the name of her character, but she, Athena, fierce warrior, eternal who can form any weapon out of cosmic energy, develops a close bond with Gilgamesh over the centuries.
well, there's this
and
thing
all
with
them
like
have to
Chloe
follow.
Zhao, like how she likes to shoot on location, and obviously we've seen her abilities in Nomadland, and I felt like this movie, from the trailer, it's not going to be one of those over reliant on CGI when it comes to the sets, and I
No, it
think
looks really good.
that was evident right off the bat from this trailer. It looks as a little different, bit of a different look than other Marvel movies.
I know you guys are going to have the answer for this, but why do they insist on dulling out the color in these movies? They all have that dull color to them. I just don't get it. With Chloe Zhao, I mean, like you said, she's going to bring her own sensibilities and style to it. And you saw a lot of those shots were reminiscent of a No Man Land, but for the way that they dull out these movies, to me, it's just mind-boggling.
It just makes like a duskier feeling, like a darker feeling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But even there are moments in Civil War where you're watching on screen, and it does. Somebody made this point years ago. It looks like wet cement. Nothing's really popping off of the camera, and it's weird. It's an aesthetic choice throughout all the movies.
Every time I see wet cement, I just want to
like eat it,
play with it. Yeah.
Swim in it. You know in Cobra Kai when he makes them.
I could probably do that.
What, swim in cement?
No, turn the cement truck, the spinner.
Yeah, it's a workout.
The big thing?
Yeah.
Just throws a bunch of like 13-year-olds in there. So you guys got to make it spin. That's the lesson.
Cement's gonna hard.
That's gonna be stuck there forever. He's a good coach. He's harder than them.
But he's doing it for a reason.
Got that first look at the new villain in season 4.
Drago?
Kumail Nanjiani was in this. I like him, looking buff. They all look good. Those suits look interesting. It's going to be a similar dynamic to Guardians and Avengers, but maybe with them being so powerful, there are things that, that are a bit different. They are gods, even though they are acting like humans.
Right.
So we'll see how that comes into play, how that impacts their relationships with not only each other, but with mortals. And the family dynamic is something that the MCU, I think, has done a good job of exploring, especially with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know how complex you can make immortal characters, but we'll see.
did they come to Earth and they like kind of took over and ran the civilization that was there?
Their field,
or is that is that the characters that we saw when the ship came in? Like, is that part of them, or they just
I think that's them. Yeah, that's their ship.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when they first got there. Yeah. Around the time Jesus came back to life.
Is that when he rose, or
maybe?
Yo, they were probably shook. It's like, yo, is there another one of us? It's like, oh, who's he? Whose boy is that?
Well, since God is probably stronger than them, right?
Yeah, like, is he an eternal? I don't know.
That's the movie I'm going to make.
God versus superheroes?
But like, no, he's fighting Zeus.
Just God.
Does God fight Zeus?
He is in my movie.
That's a Zack Snyder movie.
The American God is just a white guy in a robe.
Or
Morgan Freeman.
I haven't even finished my other movie, but I did what every great writer does: is scrap your indie project and get wild with it. That sells.
Yeah,
I already sold out.
That would be, I think, monumentally atrocious.
God versus God. You're telling me that's not making $100 million easy weekend?
No, that wouldn't even. You're not even getting past. That's going straight to DVD.
No,
straight to
the
VHS.
hype for that. Who will win?
No,
Zeus or God?
God's not there very popular these days.
Bro, you get a nice shot of Zeus throwing the thunder at God,
and he catches it.
Nice slow mo.
God needs an identity.
Morgan Freeman again.
So I'm gonna need your help for this one, son. It's like, don't call me son.
Not after what you did to my mother. Done talking about the Eternals. People are very excited about this.
I am. I'm excited for Marvel.
I'll tell you what, Brian Tyree Henry has become one of my favorite actors working today. Kind of a newer actor.
And a Woman in the Window.
Yes, he was, and he's the perfect detective. I just came off of watching Atlanta season 2, and I'm like, that's Paper Boy, and he's such a good gangster in Atlanta, gangster rapper, and now he just slips into the role of a detective, and he's
plays
perfect.
A good, very.
He was great as the dad in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, great voice.
Yeah.
If Beale Street could talk, very good in that.
He's good at playing characters that can be comforting.
Yes,
but also he can be intimidating. He's kind of got that dynamic quality to him.
He's got like that, I feel like it's a very even keel persona.
Yeah,
that you can kind of go either way with, but like at his base, it's just it's a presence. It's hard to like have that kind of.
He's got the it factor.
Yeah. I like that. The it factor.
He just belongs on screen. So shout out, Brian. I mean, he should just come on the pod after what we just did. After we just talked him up.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ!
You gotta clip that and send it to him. So you want to come on the pod for a little bit?
Well, I'm also
Quick
very
interview.
excited to see Gemma Chan lead this movie. Obviously, she had the role in Captain Marvel, which is kind of hilarious. And we're also going to talk about another actor taking on dual roles within the MCU.
See
But
that?
a lot of spotlight on her in
That
this
was
trailer.
confusing me. Yeah, that topic.
Should we move on to that topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that is number 2, right? Aaron Taylor Johnson has been cast as Kraven the Hunter in a solo Sony movie.
Yo, when Wanda sees this, she's gonna be like, "What?"
How much can I take? How much of this?
I know.
She's have to make a
Are
whole.
we not done?
She'll have to make a whole nother Hex. Pietro.
Well,
They just ditch him, right? It's a different technically it's a different property because
I
they didn't really
believe-
introduce him here.
It's
say
like
that again.
Technically, it's a different property, right? So he's really not existent.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the thing. We don't know how these Sony movies are going to operate within the MCU.
they're technically in the MCU.
They're
though.
technically in the MCU now. I consider Venom. I put it in my rankings. You two don't. Like I said, I've transcended you. But they have.
Say
Michael-
transcend one more fucking time. I swear to God.
They had what's his face, Vulture, in the Morbius trailer. So I don't hate this though because I think Quicksilver with the accent, with the silver hair, they're gonna change this guy up. He's gonna look more like an animal, like a hunter. The persona is going to be completely different. The casting to me is perfect.
No, I think he fits the role well, but
Yeah, it's one of those like when you hear it, oh yeah, that's a
there are a
no-brainer.
lot of other actors out there that could have played this role.
Well, they were saying that they approached Brad Pitt, Keanu Reeves, Adam Driver.
So they're shooting for the stars.
Keanu Reeves is a shoo-in. That would be it.
Brad Pitt, I think, would have been. I mean, Brad
Joe
Pitt's made a lot of
Manganiello
shit.
wanted the role too.
Right. I think Brad Pitt's made a lot of shit over the years that signing up for an MCU movie might be a win. He's been better with producing, but in terms of starring roles, obviously, you do a Tarantino movie, it always works out. But
This can also
I think he would have been good in it.
like for the bigger names too. This could like Kraven the Hunter can just be like a one and done kind of thing too. Like you're not tied to the whole like. Technically, you could be tied to the MCU universe because they can pull you like whenever they want, but you're not on the schedule where you got to make 4 fucking movies. And
That's a good point.
You
With
know what I
villain
mean?
roles, it's either you're going to die at the end of the movie,
yeah,
or we'll bring you back.
you go to prison, we'll bring you back in like 4 movies.
Yeah, seriously, or in 6 years, 7 years in a cameo.
Well, since Age of Ultron,
And
he's
you get that back for the cameo too.
Yeah.
was
yeah.
Nocturnal Animals before or after? I think it was after.
Say that again.
Was Nocturnal Animals before or after Age of Ultron?
I was hoping you'd said it wrong. I think it was after. Yeah, I think Nocturnal Animals is 2017, 18.
Okay.
So no, he
got
hasn't.
that Globe under his belt.
Right.
Didn't get nominated for the Oscar.
He's definitely like Brian, like we were talking about in the last topic. I know him by his first name now since I talked him up so much. Brian Tyree Henry. He's one of my favorite actors to watch. He's somebody who, I mean, like you said, it's one of your favorite movies, Nocturnal Animals. How good was he in that?
Not one of my favorite. I think
Yeah.
it's just that.
And even when he showed
opening
up in
and that
Tenet.
performance. Oh yeah, he was in Tenet.
Yeah, and he shows up in Tenet, and he's such a convincing military badass. So he'll definitely be able to get the most out of this role. It's a perfect casting. Maybe he is a guy that's he's played Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, so maybe he is willing to come back for multiple Spider-Man movies leading the Sinister Six.
I could picture them offering Adam Driver this role and just being just like, fucking no.
Yeah.
I don't care how much money. I'm
Why?
done with this. He seems like, all right, he did a Star Wars, and now he's...
This does seem, unless it's just blows him away, where it's like this is going to revolutionize super rated R. It's Rambo, but you're
Yeah.
new age Rambo, more disturbed. You're anti-hero.
Dude,
But-
wait. So this will be tied to Spider-Man. There's no confirmations that he'll be in this. Like, can this be? Imagine this as a rated R.
No, it's going to be a Sinister Six type. They might have a standalone.
That would be sick.
But he will interact with Spider-Man at some point because that's his thing, hunting Spider-Man.
Yeah, he gets paid to hunt them, right?
I think the most disappointing aspect of this is that I wanted Kraven the Hunter to be the villain. I mean, obviously, Spider-Man 3 is going to have so many different heroes and maybe villains as well. I would love, maybe that's Spider-Man 4. Maybe that's what they're setting up. You give Kraven a solo origins. And all of these movies have been announced in the past, but the only one we've really seen is Venom. And obviously Venom is on its sequel. So Kraven the Hunter solo is an idea I can definitely get behind. I can forgive all the weird continuity issues now with bringing back Aaron Taylor Johnson, because I can just see him slipping into that role so perfectly. And once again,
big, like Gemma Chan and Captain Marvel, that wasn't a big role.
Right, no, that one's easier because she was in makeup.
Yeah.
So you could say that's green alien lady, this is humanoid eternal lady. With him, it's, he was one of the biggest characters in that movie.
It would be like, I guess, if Karen Gillan was Karen Gillan without the nebula
Right,
makeup.
yeah, it'd be easier.
Maybe.
But with him, no, it's...
Or you get Josh Brolin in a movie. I don't know, it still doesn't work for me.
This one doesn't work for you, though? Either?
Because maybe it's so separate with Sony, and if they keep it off to the side, maybe. I really don't. Definitely. I honestly don't. If it's a good movie and he's good in the role, then I really don't care. But
it's always going to be in the back of your mind. It's always just going to pop up. Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, but like I said, let's see if this movie actually gets made, because they announced all of these other villains and Spider-Man side character movies that haven't come out except for Venom.
Tom Holland's about to be Spider-Man until he's fucking 50, huh?
I was just about to say, how long do you think he runs for?
I wonder if he'll regret it.
Like,
he seems to have the attitude.
I'm already dreading when he quits.
Like every other movie I make isn't that good.
Yeah,
making a ton of money with Spider-Man. Well, I'll keep this. I'll keep going.
He keeps making movies like Cherry. He's going to be Spider-Man till he's 50.
The Devil All the Time wasn't bad.
It was. I didn't hate it. It wasn't good by any stretch. Uncharted, I feel like that's going to be a shit show.
And the next topic on the list involves some casting news as well. Timothee Chalamet cast as young Willy Wonka. This is news that set the internet on fire for a bit. Mostly people complaining that they don't want to see a Willy Wonka prequel movie. I don't know. I'd like to see how he makes his chocolate. I always love that in Hershey Park when they take you on the Hershey tour and you see how they make the chocolate and you smell the chocolate.
If someone tells me Hershey Park, that's the immediate ride I go right to. Is that right? Yeah.
You smell the chocolate, right?
No, but this is going to be about how he acquired pretty much the factory, right? And how he built the factory and everything.
Loans,
and the Oompa Loompas.
And the Oompas.
Just set in it. It's based off of a play where it's just set in the bank.
Yeah, it's just set in the bank.
This is the coming of age movie for Willy Wonka.
I couldn't care less about this fucking movie. I hate Willy Wonka.
Yeah, but doesn't Chalamet bring you in?
No.
Why don't you like Wonka?
He doesn't like chocolate. Because he's a health freak
right,
now.
because your mom conditioned you not to like chocolate, right?
I just don't. I never liked the original. Gene Wilder, sure, he's great and everything. But like even Chalamet, fine actor. I like him in all of his films he's in. No one that in this role would like draw me to like want to watch this movie.
So you're anti-Wonka.
Yeah, very.
All right.
Fair
I
enough.
like the way he
Fair
treats
enough.
the Oompa Loompas.
They seem like they're having a great time.
Yeah, I think that's a mutual partnership.
I don't think so. So you telling me they dress and
I'm pretty sure he paid
like
him.
Yeah, he pays them. They have shares in the company.
I don't know.
It's like Amazon.
You're going to set up the Oompa Loompas for generations to come because of what they've done at that factory.
But
it's kind of like us not taking the Oompa Loompas.
What do you mean? All
Wait,
they
hear
do
me
is
out.
skip and dance and
Hear me out.
sing and
They
rap.
look miserable.
Hear me out.
That's from the outside looking in. That's just their resting face.
Fuck Wonka. And Chalamet, you're better than this.
You're canceling Wonky?
Listen,
I canceled Wonka.
the Oompa
I'm canceling
Loompas.
Timothee Chalamet too until you choose. I want him out.
You're going to say that it's a friendship.
The Oompa Loompas were living in squalor in the jungle, and Wonka comes and sets them free. It's kind of like the Viltrumites with Earth, and they accepted Wonka,
Yeah,
and now they're living the grand life in the Wonka.
Yeah, you know
factory.
who's not
Candy.
thrilled about that? Earth.
Healthcare.
Yeah, but we gotta look at the bigger picture. We can be advanced even more than what we are right now. I think we go with the Viltrumites.
I don't like this. That you're like those people that are like, oh, Pokemon's animal fighting. Who are you trying to strip the fun away from?
You know what the biggest
Just because
problem in
you're-
America is? Childhood obesity.
I thought you were gonna
You
say
know who
human-
contributes to that more than any other person in the world? Willy Wonka with his goddamn chocolate.
I thought you were going to say human trafficking.
So did I.
Well, maybe the parents should be more responsible on what their stupid fat kids are eating.
It's true.
It's.
The parents know the calorie count and the fat count and sugars.
Yeah, my parents. Are you
Well,
kidding
he knows
me?
what he's doing.
I don't blame
He's
America.
profiting off fat kids.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
No, I don't mind playing the game a little, but
It seems like you, that you very much mind it.
when it's Wonka, son.
Yeah, you're like the asshole that's trying to steal his formulas.
He's not worse than Hitler, but I think
That's You're like the congresswoman. You need to relax. It's very offensive. Yeah, no, I mean Chalamet. You don't think this is a good role for his career? You think this could be a step back? Wow. What if it's good? What if this just adds to the Wonka lore?
What Wonka lore?
You know, the lore of
Willy Wonka.
Gene Wilder's
Okay.
Wonka and Johnny Depp's Wonka. What if he's a worthy Wonka?
It's all going to mesh into one.
A worthy addition to the Wonka lineage.
It's Wonka's life, man.
Being like a worthy Wonka, it's like
Billy Wonks. Yeah, this is back when he was just Bill.
I think it was a perfect timing for that movie when it came out with Gene Wilder to become that iconic character. You can't recreate that.
They
and,
tried.
I mean,
Johnny Depp did a good job. I like Johnny Depp's
Chalamet
Wonka.
singing
too.
and dancing, and I think he could be good in the role. He's a great actor. I just don't like him as Wonka.
Oh, I forgot. It's one of those movies too. I did forget that. It's like a musical.
Eric Andre would have been funnier.
Yes,
I'm not
I would
even-
see Eric Andre Wonka.
I'm not even trying to be funny. I think that would have been better.
I just watched an interview from him, bro. He's so.
Have you guys
funny.
seen
He's
Bad
ruthless.
Trip?
He's ruthless.
He is. You need to watch his movie Bad Trip on Netflix. It's so funny.
And I feel like he's. Can he do a Wonka?
We're gonna find out, but I don't think you're gonna find out because you're not gonna give it a chance.
Those were the questions when Gene Wilder played Wonka. Can Gene Wilder do a Wonka?
I feel like with Chalamet, it might come off as forced.
What was Wonka, a book?
Because Johnny Depp, you could see like, oh yeah, Johnny Depp Wonka, whatever.
No, well, Johnny. Yeah, no, it is a book. Yeah, going back to the books, it's actually called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I don't know if Charlie's not
Don't
even
Will
alive.
actually us on a
Ooh.
fucking Wonka.
Chalamet as Charlie would have been nice. Not
Yeah,
Wonka.
Charlie's story's not that interesting. It's just a
You kidding me? He's a poor
Dumb
kid that
kid.
has a come
Not
up.
Grandpa Joe. I want that story.
coming of age.
Two come of ages.
Yeah, 2 for 1. Grandpa Joe,
Yeah.
of how he managed to survive the stench of that room.
Oh my god, I don't even want to know the smell
Imagine
of it.
that.
They probably just all don't have normal sense of smell. They've all adjusted. That's evolution for you folks.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
But doesn't everyone in England smell? Isn't that like a thing? Like they don't shower?
Are they English?
Yeah.
No, that's highly offensive. No, the English shower. What do you mean?
Something about the English. That's
They like tea.
Lord Showerton invented the shower.
Yeah.
Lord Showerton. It's like bottom tooth.
Google that.
Yeah.
Lois was dating Bottom Tooth, right?
Was he?
No, Lois was dating the other dude,
I
Nigel.
don't know. Timmy, if you're listening, this is beneath you. Unless you get in the bag, then hats off to you.
He has to be getting the bag.
Wonka hat off to you.
Well, did you see the news about Robert Pattinson getting that first look deal with HBO?
That's Warner Brothers, but
Warner Brothers, right?
yeah.
Same thing.
Not really.
All right, let's move on to the next topic here. Yeah, the first look deal. I mean, good for you, right?
No, yeah, it's good. I think
good for
he's
being a famous actor.
finally getting respect from like a lot of people,
What's
like
first look?
casuals, that he is an actual good actor.
I think he'd be a better Wonka.
Nah. I think if
You
you're
won't convince anything, Aaron, right now. About
Eric Andre,
Wonka.
I got him.
He
Now
did.
I just ruined it.
he did.
Pattinson
What's
could
first
be his
look?
right-hand man. It's basically any projects that he's developing, Warner Brothers has the chance to either buy it or let him auction it off for somebody else.
Oh.
We talked about this with Michael B. Jordan. He signed a first look. Was it with Amazon? I
Yeah.
think it was. So yeah, no, it's the mark of a director or an actor in this case taking control of their career.
That's
you know?
cool.
It's cool that he gets to have an opportunity to pitch his projects to a company, and good for you. Good for you, Robbie Pat.
So who gets those more? Directors get those more, I'm assuming?
No, I think it is. Well,
It's more for actors?
directors usually sign like content deals. I think some director just signed one with a company, right, to produce content over a certain period of time.
Well, I saw somebody make the point that this bodes well for future Batman projects, him being in the HBO series and stuff like that. So
Yeah, and it looks like he's developing a similar relationship that people have with Warner Brothers over the years. Warner Brothers is known for that. Yeah, obviously they pissed off Nolan last year with the whole plan of releasing movies on the streaming service and in theaters, but they cultivate these relationships that are very fruitful for both parties. So
Right.
hopefully this will be another example of that. All right, let's move on to the next story. We have an Injustice Gods Among Us animated movie is in the works from Warner Brothers, DC, HBO, all those people.
This sounds sick.
Yeah, it wasn't officially announced. It was like an accidental announcement with the announcements of the Batman and Superman cartoons that are coming to HBO Max. But this is a game that did you ever get to play this story?
No,
You're
but I
familiar
looked up
with
on
it.
the story. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
I watched the story.
Sick story.
I watched the story on YouTube. I played multiplayer, as you know. I don't think you. Well, how many times did I beat you in a row again? It was like a month of
Yes.
just purely beating you
Yeah.
down with Batgirl.
Yeah, but then did he figure it out? And then
Yeah, because I went
bop
back
you?
to college. I didn't have a PlayStation, and he obsessed over it.
That's on you then.
Yeah, we talked about this on the podcast weeks ago, and I had a great comeback to you. It was really funny. I was like, "Oh, your fault for going to college. That sounds like a you problem." Ted laughed, and you agreed.
He used to get so fucking mad. And I remember like all like the post cuts after he beat them. She would be like, "Didn't stand a chance," and I would say it, and he would just be like,
Well, I'm competitive. When I lose, I don't act like the game is rigged. It doesn't matter. Whenever,
That's the worst. That is the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, it drives me insane.
Yeah,
The game
whenever
doesn't matter.
Aaron loses a game, it's I wasn't trying. So,
"No,
sorry, I'm competitive.
It
That's
takes the fun out of beating you. And I hate it.
that's the point." You don't want to be fun to beat.
No, but I want to see some anger.
No, but now I do know that you do care because of when you beat us in Super Smash Brothers after we put you in the dumpster like 30 times in a row, in which you pumped your fist and said, yeah, baby, I'm the best, I'm the best."
Whatever happened to the post pod Super Smash games?
Yo, we need to bring those back.
With
Not today, though,
standings and
because it's a
everything.
fucking scorcher in here.
You know what? Superman, evil Superman, like we've seen over the past couple of years,
Getting
it's a
sick of
hot
it?
topic. I'm not getting sick of it. I think with Injustice, it's a great spin on it. I think it's unique when you compare it to shows like Invincible or The Boys or even Jupiter's Legacy that's recently come out. That it's unique enough where you're going to draw comparisons, but it's not going to feel like you're just capitalizing on the momentum of evil Superman. Yeah, because this did come out first. It was a story that was written for the game. It wasn't based on a comic. And it became so popular that they did make comics and they expanded on the story outside of the video game.
Yeah, but it's almost like you're foolish if you don't ride the wave,
Why is he
the,
only
the wave right now is The Boys.
Why is the only variation evil Superman?
What else would it be?
Like lethargic Superman,
Lazy?
apathetic Superman.
Spider-Man did it. With
There you go. That
Into
could be the
Spider-Verse.
third script you write.
So
Lethargic Superman.
Metropolis is being destroyed.
You never seen Hancock?
Yeah.
Didn't work out too well.
So
Weed
when
Superman.
when he kills a Joker, what makes
What
him
do you think
go on a
Kryptonite is?
rampage though? Because he turns into like the Hitler, doesn't he? Of
The Hitler.
world.
The Hitler Superman.
Because
Too
the
many
Joker
Hitler
Joker
mentions.
tricks him into killing
HMI
Lois.
Planet stands for.
Oh boy.
You know what I was thinking the other day? It's a little Hitler aside. You know how he's the worst of them because he ruined both names. If you hear if someone's named Adolf, like Hitler, it's bad. But even the first name too,
Well, he shut down the mustache and the two names.
and the two names, like Joseph's like Stalin. Like people are still named Josephs. Yeah, I've
No more
Benito's.
Stalin though.
I know, but usually it's just the last name.
Yeah.
He did both.
Yeah, you guys need to stop talking about Hitler. What the fuck is wrong with you?
All right. So what makes him go on? Like he
Yeah, it's
makes
something
himself
with
a
the
god
Joker.
of.
Joker kills Lois Lane, and then he's like, okay.
No, I thought Joker
It's a
tricks him
wrap.
into
Oh,
killing
that's-
Lois
yeah.
Lane.
This is how we're gonna play this. All right. I'm gonna fuck all you up.
Yeah, basically.
And then Batman wants to.
And Batman becomes the leader of the Resistance.
Right.
He's got the kryptonite ring that he uses to punch people with.
Who's on Batman's team though? And who's on Superman's team?
Superman does have a squad. Yeah, no.
Does he?
Some heroes follow
Flash,
Superman.
right,
Green
Green
Lantern,
Lantern.
right?
I mean, you're stupid if you don't. I don't
yeah.
follow Superman.
Fuck that. I'm running with Batman. Are you
You're
fucking
you're a
kidding me?
Batman fanboy though.
Yeah, okay.
No, I love Batman. He's my favorite, but
Leave it to the
Come on.
sicko that is Batman to say, you know what? We're going to challenge this, man. I'd
He gets, like,
fight.
Harley
I'd
Quinn on the
die
team.
fighting with Batman. Hell yeah. Well, I love when the new Batman
Harley
comes to
Quinn's
town
on
and
the
he's
team
like,
too, man.
you're doing this all wrong. I got a guy back home. Good Superman. He'll just come here and kick his ass.
You can't do that.
What?
They do that?
Spoilers, yeah.
Oh.
No, it's really cool how it plays out. Sorry for spoiling the whole. I thought you said you watched the story.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go that deep
That's the
into it.
very end. They managed to fix the wormhole portal, and good Superman comes and punks evil Superman.
Wow.
And everyone in the evil Superman world is afraid of new Superman, of good Superman. They're like, "Are you sure he's good?" Yeah. So I mean, animated movies, when it comes to DC, that's usually the best movies they make.
They're bread and butter.
Yeah, it really is. The animation department should probably be doing the live action movies. So I'm excited about this. And the next story is going to be about Matt Reeves, J.J. Abrams, and Bruce Timm from the original Batman animated series teaming up for an HBO Max animated Batman.
This Batman is going to be the like noir type, right? More detective.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what they did so well with that original Batman animated series. And it's obviously not going to follow that continuity. I can't imagine they'll bring Kevin Conroy back. As much as I love him, I think you get some new blood for this.
Yeah.
Maybe it is a younger Batman. The idea of these three teaming up.
They're pretty fired up about this, too.
Right. It's a dream team. The way that Matt Reeves is kind of taking on this role as being the Feige of Batman, where he's producing the Gotham show that's going to focus on Jim Gordon, and now he's producing this new animated cartoon, obviously directing the movies.
I think it's going to be within the lore or canon of his Batman.
Maybe. That could be interesting. Yeah. That this is, Pattinson's, I think, a year in or something like that, so maybe this will cover how he got to the point of the beginning of that movie. Or maybe it won't. I think Batman is a character that he works so well in Adventure of the Week stories because, obviously being a detective and you can do some world building with his world as well. There's so much potential with this character on television. So, yes. And bringing back Bruce Timm, who had such great experiences working on the animated series, it's awesome. It really is.
Excited to see. I think HBO or DC animation has been... We've talked about this a lot. Even when the Marvel movies were kicking the DC movies' ass in the early stages of the DCEU, we both preferred DC, and our biggest argument was only the animated movies are much better, or their animation shows are much better, and they have been. And I think they consistently have been pumping out great content in terms of the DC animation. So, the more we get, the better.
Definitely. All right, let's move on to fan questions here.
That's the last topic?
Yes, it is.
Damn, Ted, surprise topic.
I dropped my water.
Perfect time to bring in the fan question theme.
That's for the fan to decide.
Yay! People you call up to the show, you better be ready. That's what you're supposed to do. Sitting there arguing and you're trying to spell your name and all of this other stuff. It's not your show, it's my show. I'm giving you the opportunity to speak your mind. Don't call up here unless you got something to say.
This one here from Emmanuel Goldstein. Which actor has the most punchable face? For me, it's Eddie Redmayne all day.
Oh, fuck.
Punchable face.
He's got a punchable face. Definitely in Chicago 7 I wanted to punch
Jared
him.
Leto.
Yeah. Not bad.
Miles Teller.
Oh, you saw him vacationing with Aaron Rodgers?
I'm just looking at...
It's a douchey-ass vacation.
I'm just envisioning Jared Leto's beady eyes.
His beady eyes? Yeah, he does. His squinting eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like he thinks he's better than me.
No, it's annoying how good looking he is.
Probably is.
He is, but I don't want him to think that.
I think Teddy could have played a better Joker. Right, no, it's one thing to be better than someone. It's another thing to live your life as if you are better than them.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't need that in my life.
You know
it's
what?
Not in my life.
Fuck you, Jared Leto.
Teddy's living in the shadow of Jared Leto.
Jared Leto's. You're on your deathbed. There's one person I could never eclipse. Jared Leto.
But how does a guy like that? This could be off the pod, but how does a guy like that make it? He's ugly as fucking sin. How does he make it?
Oh man,
he's an okay actor, but you got to be fucking good looking too, no? I mean, he's hideous. I think he's hideous.
Well, you look at a guy like Paul Giamatti, just best of both worlds.
Yeah, there's a
Drop
lot of
dead gorgeous. Let's move on to the next question here. From Ben Urbanus. Why are Knicks fans just the absolute worst?
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I don't need that in my life.
Oh, man, Knicks fans are insane.
Dude, watching the Islander game and then watching a Knicks game, we can argue all day and night about, what city has the best fans. The crowd at Nassau Coliseum was, and people give a lot of, shit to Islander fans, you don't have that many fans. Yeah, but we're louder and we can fucking electrify any arena. And when the Knicks fans the same way. When you're good and you're playing well, especially after so long, there's no better crowd in sports.
Hell of a time to get the stands back, the fans back in the stands, right?
Right.
Dude, being in that crowd was top 3 experiences of my life. I wish I could just live perpetually throughout that Knick game, just in a time loop. But
That's
yeah,
how I
no,
feel about the Yankee game. I think it was the ALCS.
The spitting on Trae Young was fucked up. So.
Oh yeah, scumbags like that just need to seriously. We need to start banning fans for life.
I think he did get the ban and the popcorn.
did
But
get
the
ban.
whole indefinitely always pisses me off because then they come back years later. It's just such a privileged thing to do. It's like the motherfuckers with Twitter fingers, man. Shit, the way that people be popping off on the internet, you'd never say that to somebody's face. It's the same thing. You feel like you're protected because you're sitting in the stands, so you feel like you have the right to violate someone like that.
Spit on Ron Artest.
Yeah, Teddy, would you call Jared Leto want to punch him in the face if you saw him in real life?
I mean, we're not putting me on trial here.
It's basically Twitter fingers in podcast form.
I was asked a question. I mean, I'm not doing it willingly.
This question here from Good Queen Alyssa. Do you ship Killua and Gon from Hunter x Hunter? It's hard not to see their friendship as at least subtextually romantic,
Wow.
especially since they get strength from one another.
Pick the question we all can get in on, huh?
I would say no, because I think Gon and Killua is a great relationship of 2 male friends falling in love with friendship, where it's not romantic, but they have no reservations about being emotionally honest with each other. They can be sympathetic towards one another's feelings. They are very wholesome together. So I think it's a great example of a male friendship.
You're looking at us
I concur.
as you're saying it, as we're going to input, and you know that we can't input into the question.
there's
No, that was more of a look like, listen up. I'm about
So
to
they got like
teach
a
you something.
Frodo and Sam thing going.
Yeah,
Okay.
buddies. Best buddies. That's actually a very good point, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
It's like the other day when they saw Kyrie lean his head into Durant. They were like, oh, that's so soft. Like, let dudes just be friends, you know?
They're playing together.
Yeah, not everyone has to be fucking macho. Like the dude who's chopping the wood.
Not everyone's Kobe and has to
Yeah.
have that mindset.
Or not every dude
Never
has to
show me
be.
affection.
Well, you don't earn it.
That's mean.
You just opened up the scab of beating me in injustice. You've making fun of Teddy for believing in the Bible.
Didn't do. Well, I
commit
made
No,
fun.
you picked on me for not knowing what you knew. I don't respect that.
All right.
This question here from Leslie McWaters. What has been your favorite visual representation of a superhero's power?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
When Tobey Maguire got his powers.
You know what? That's a great moment. But I think visually, even though I don't love the movie, Amazing Spider-Man 2, the web swinging in that movie is the best web swinging out of all of the
Most
Spider-Man
realistic.
movies. Yeah. I think that's the most real Spider-Man has ever looked, definitely. I also love the visual representation of the Doctor Strange's abilities.
Yeah.
And Wanda as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say Wanda. Even Quicksilver, X-Men Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I think the way they visualize the speed and kind of, there are always different ways and different portrayals of speedsters. I think that was a great representation.
DC did a good job with flashes.
I liked the way that J.J. Abrams did the Force in The Force Awakens. I mean, obviously you can't see the Force, but the way that he, stopping the bullet and the way that he was controlling
was a
everybody's
16.
movements. Yeah, a lot of I like when people use the Force to freeze things.
Right, and I think it can be distracting if it's not done well. Like Green Lantern, I feel like that was a terrible representation.
Right, yeah, definitely, without a doubt. This question here from Brown at Brown_ATB. Have you listened to the new Czarface Doom album, and what do you think?
It just slaps.
Mandel Calrissian is a bop. I do love Mandel Calrissian.
Back at breaking
Used to
action.
go Rambo. Now I don't start a fight. Freeze him in Zarbonite. Mando. Also, do you think we'll get any more posthumous Doom releases? Thanks. Maybe. I mean,
I hope so.
Knowing this man, he probably had like 17 albums recorded with multiple people. And
That's like I saw a tweet that said Kendrick is sitting on like 7 albums.
right, yeah, I've heard about that before. Yeah, Jay-Z says that all the time, that if he wanted to, he could put out an album tomorrow with all the unreleased music they record.
What a joke.
Another question from Good Queen Alyssa. Best singer gone actor and vice versa.
Singer gone actor.
Recently, Gaga comes to mind.
I think Jennifer Hudson.
Jamie Foxx.
People forget about her when we talk about like multi-talented.
Yeah.
Like Jamie Foxx's and the.
What was Hudson in?
She was an American Idol, and that's how she got to start singing. She was actually just in the
Dreamgirls.
the Aretha Franklin.
Yeah.
Movie trailer just dropped. Yeah, like when we talk about Jamie Foxx, like acting and singing, I think going from where she was like to, did she win the Oscar or was she just nominated? I forget.
I think she
won, right?
Won, yeah,
Yeah.
I think she won.
So
Justin Timberlake.
you can argue he's not good at either.
Vice versa.
What?
He's a good musician. He's definitely had a string of good
Right,
albums.
but it's not.
No, he's not a vocalist.
He's not Lady Gaga when it comes to.
I think with vice versa, Bradley Cooper could also be an answer, and that he started out as
Cry
an
Me a
actor
River?
and then was a good enough singer, and A Star Is Born, where you were convinced, yeah, this guy could be a singer.
I mean, J-Lo, I mean.
Emma Stone in La La Land, I thought had some good vocals, not necessarily a singer. Right, but yeah, the actor turned like pop singer, maybe.
J-Lo, I mean, like, even before Hustler, she had a solid career. But
she's an entertainer. She's another one where you can argue maybe she's not great at either.
But
she
she's
was very good
great
in
at-
Hustlers.
Jenny from the Block? Well, yo, what's going on right now? You guys don't like JT? You don't like
There's
Jennifer
like
Lopez?
there's a difference between, I guess,
Yeah, like Jennifer Lopez isn't singing the national anthem at the White House.
She could.
but she's a great entertainer.
And so can JT.
knows- Yeah, but do you, like, want to hear that?
I do. I don't know. You guys are throwing me off.
This
here.
question here from
Just
Slow
Lady
Bro.
Gaga's great at both, because I think her voice is just absolutely fantastic, and she can change up her styles to be more commercially successful and also just plain good.
Not disagreeing with you, but I'm just disagreeing with what you said about JT and Jennifer Lopez.
I
This
didn't say
question-
the J-Lo thing. That was all Bo.
This question here from, and she's Puerto Rican, so you know I'm being honest. This question here
Too
from
honest.
Slow Bro.
You never.
At Slow Bro.
Did you just get suspended
369
indefinitely?
31521 from
Yeah, you
Puerto
lost
Rican.
your card. Yeah, you lost your card. I may have
J-Lo
gotten
and
the card.
Lin-Manuel, not my favorites.
I may have gotten the Puerto Rican card.
Yeah, he should give it a Ted.
No, because you also hyped up JT, so.
Without making
you
it happen.
had it and then you lost it. No.
Okay.
Why are you guys why are you still at 250,000 subs? It feels like you had that for 3 years or more. I don't know.
Got any ideas?
Why don't you share in our videos?
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe.
Tell your family
right?
about us.
This question here from Stupid Millennial. Which community is more toxic, film Twitter or sports Twitter?
Sports. Twitter.
Sports.
Ah,
It's different because I think there's way more of there's a tongue-in-cheek aspect in
sports.
sports Twitter.
La fraud.
Right. And it's certainly, sports talk can get super toxic to the point of, I think sports talk at its worst is more toxic. But film Twitter has become so consistently,
A lot of gatekeeping.
yes, so many people yes, gatekeeping. Yeah, no, you said it perfectly. And it's become so frustrating. Even with Star Wars yesterday. Anyone making an opinion on Star Wars and posting it on the internet, you just need to not hit send.
Yeah, right.
We need to stop talking about it.
Why was Star Wars
It needs to become like,
out yesterday?
Star Wars is like every day.
oh, because Abram. No, I'm not even going to talk about it. But I don't know. There are different levels to it. I laughed yesterday at a tweet. It was like a new terrifying online frontier emerges. Nick's being kind of good Twitter.
No, Nick's being good Twitter.
Already toxic.
Well, even when it's not toxic, it's still toxic. Like in terms of just like, well, actually, just goes to both. I just thought of this too. You see that new meme going around of Adam Sandler chasing the woman?
Yeah.
I saw one of like with sports and with movies. It's like woman says something about sports, or woman likes something about a movie. Guy chasing her.
Yes. Yeah.
Name
yeah.
3 of his films.
Yeah.
Name 3 players on the team.
Or it's like when Jimmy Kimmel had Billie Eilish. I'm so used to calling her that as a joke. Billie Eilish on. And he's talking about all these old bands from his childhood. You never heard of this? You never heard of this? You never heard of this? And it's like, yo, she could probably turn around and be like, oh, you've never heard of this? You never heard of this?
Yeah.
You never heard of this? So we love doing that to women. With gatekeeping just for every
I don't.
topic.
You do probably.
Well, I meant we as in all of men. I'm speaking for all of men right now saying that. But it is so
I wouldn't
true.
give you that fast.
Sports Twitter, there's a lot of that as well, where a woman chimes in and it's like, oh, since when are you a fan? Like, were you watching when Spreewell choked out PJ Carlissimo? Can't believe he never got charges for that. This question here from Aaron, another New York question. We'll end it on this. What is the hierarchy of New York sports fandom?
In terms of like what team has the most fans?
It's got to be Knicks number one.
Yankees?
I think it's Yankees.
That'd be interesting to do those numbers.
Yankees, Knicks, Rangers, Islanders.
No.
No, it's got to be Knicks. Yankees and Mets, there's more of a split. Everyone's a Knicks fan.
But
Yeah.
I think there are more
Wow.
Yankee fans like globally than there are like if you go just transcending markets.
Yeah.
Like,
The
I think-
Yankees are...
It's a,
I think it'll be
it's
a
a
half.
basketball
bro,
city, but I think it's a baseball.
in Atlanta, it's gonna be a half crowd. I
That's
think.
the biggest export. That's the biggest New York export.
Yeah, it's close.
No, you get Yankee fans in every stadium. They
If
always
they hold-
talk about that.
If they hold 15,000 in
and they're
Atlanta,
still the most valuable team in the world.
Knicks are getting
I
6,000
think it's
people in that
I
stadium.
think it's one of the.
Oh, no,
it's-
Dallas is.
it's
Wait,
one-
what did you say? Oh,
I
yeah,
s-
no, they're
I
going to pack
said
that shit out.
when the Knicks, like, if the Atlanta stadium holds 15,000, I think the Knicks are getting like 6,000 in there.
It's
It's
gonna
one
be-
of the
yeah,
unique
definitely.
cities where football isn't king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's not even
true.
second because I put the Giants third. I think it goes Yankees, Knicks, Giants.
Which is sad because the Giants have two Super Bowls in the past.
They have a lot of Mets fans too, and I get that. That might be a bigger split with Yankees, but then you put Mets at 4. Oh, that's tough.
I would put...
Mets or the Jets or
I think it's also close between the Jets and Rangers.
No, I think it goes Mets, Jets, Rangers,
Rangers?
Nets, Islanders.
That's the funniest... What people don't realize.
But it's
is
for
that-
real though, man. The Nets, they don't have that crazy. They have a great team, but their fan base is
Islanders
really
might be-
whack, bro.
Before Durant and Kyrie,
They offer half
but
off ticket prices.
You know
for
what it is?
playoffs.
The Knicks have been the only basketball team in New York for so long. It's so entrenched in the DNA. Like, I notice people that I follow that don't necessarily follow basketball, the casual fans, now posting about the Knicks. It's like, oh, the Knicks are good. You know, it's fun to be on the bandwagon.
It's about
now
time.
because
It's
the
like-
New York team is good.
Who
but
the
the
fuck wants to
Nets-
post the Knicks when they're fucking
Right.
shitty?
The Nets have been the best team all year, clearly, and you haven't seen any of that in New York.
Who's the real
Nobody-
story, bro? Like, you kidding me?
it's the Knicks.
Like,
No, but that is a good point. I think the Yankees, it's a basketball city, but the export of the Yankees, because when you look at the top, highest valued teams in all of sports,
It's the
it's always like
Yankees.
Cowboys, Yankees, Real Madrid.
Yeah.
The one baseball team just manages to always sneak in there because
Yeah.
they're such a mega brand. It's probably bad for the game how popular they are, especially with the way that the game is going now, where you don't have any stars. I mean, no one knows. Like, Mike Trout is the equivalent of LeBron, maybe better in his sport.
I
And
think
my mom
Aaron
has
Judge
never
is more
heard of him.
recognizable than Mike
Yeah,
Trout.
yeah,
for
no.
real. That's
Yeah,
a shame.
You have to be a fucking Yankee.
That's the
to-
MLB's fault.
I mean, the best
though.
athlete in
MLB
New
has to
York.
promo more.
Best athlete in New York. Tell anybody outside of even people in New York. Who they say? Durant, Kyrie, Judge. It's Jacob deGrom, and it's
Right.
not really close.
Right. Yeah.
Because he's better at his sport and his position than I think anybody currently playing, maybe any game.
Yeah.
Um,
It's weird.
yeah. So it's like, yeah, baseball definitely has a star problem unless you're Aaron Judge, 6'7", you know.
All right, guys, thank you for listening to this episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast. It was a packed show. We had some good fan questions. I think we all had a good time, right? Everyone's texting. Everyone's in their own, or just Teddy was texting. Sorry to throw you on
I had
the
a good
bus
time.
there. Yeah. I had a good time, too.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. No, I genuinely did. I'd tell you if I didn't.
He's playing with his new guys today, actually.
Yeah, we're doing ball night. Ball night. Talk about the Knicks.
How was the first show?
recap. It was good. It was just me and Nash, complaining
Can I
about
do
Trae
puck
Young.
night?
No.
No.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, maybe we'll get past 250.
Well, would you look at that? It's finally over. Hey guys, Bo Oliver here for one final send-off. Now, before I beg you guys to like and share this video, I'd like to thank our very special Patreon pledgers. We are very proud of the community we've been able to build here at NerdSoup, and it would not have been possible without our Patreon supporters. You guys are the true MVPs of this channel. Everything I've said, you keep the fridge full, you keep the lights on. There aren't enough words to thank you guys, but we'll do it anyway. Thank you. And we have a few videos coming up that have been suggested to us by Patreon pledgers: My Hero Academia, Neon Genesis Evangelion, Aaron, and Full Metal Alchemist will be reviewed by Marissa, and yours truly, and Castlevania, which will be reviewed by Marissa and Aaron. And if you'd like to consider donating to our Patreon page, you can visit patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out some of the rewards we offer to our listeners. And really, we'd like to thank everyone who takes the time out of their day to watch our videos. Patreon pledger or not, your support is what keeps us motivated to keep giving the world our opinions on movies and TV shows and video games and pop culture, even though no one asked for it. We're still here, we're still yapping, and we hope you continue to join us. I'm Bo Oliver, and I support this message.